Well, if you look at legislative responsibilities, you have to look at the Constitution.
Why?
Well, think of the economy. Businesses run based on laws. Laws are based on the Constitution. They have to abide by it.
Yeah, I see your point, but amendments aren't passed that often. Legislative oversight is way more common.
Well, if you're going to talk about oversight, the SEC prevents corruption and polices the stock market. But you also have to consider the presidential appointments that are approved by the Senate. Think of the 5 appointment commissions of the SEC. They're appointed by the president and approved by the Senate, which determines who's in charge of the oversight.
Well, if we're going to talk about the president's approvals, you have to think of the House, which oversees the president's actions.
Of impeachment, you have to think of the Senate, who verifies the House and holds the trial for impeachment. This affects the economy because people will see that the president and the Congress is unstable, and then they will feel uncertain about the economy. Let's just go inside. This is gonna be so fun.
Yep. Love Christmas.
I wonder if everyone's here yet.
Hey!
Hello!
We bought presents!
Yay! Merry Christmas!
Hello!
Hey guys! I'll put the gifts under the tree.
Okay. What are y'all talking about?
Supreme Court.
Speaking of, the Gibbons-Bogdan case had a lot of impact. It granted Congress the right to regulate the interstate and interstate commerce, which basically gave them rule over the economy.
It's considered a supremacy clause which gave the national government supremacy over the state government, thereby creating a national economic standard.
Also, think of Brown v. Board, which created an integrated schooling system, allowing for a greater educated labor force, which created greater competition in the job market.
Well, if you're going to talk about the Brown versus Board of Education, you have to consider the University of California versus Bankey. It allowed university to admit students on the basis of race. So in a sense, it's the same as Brown versus Board, getting rid of segregation.
Hey, think about Munn versus Illinois. It allowed the states to regulate private businesses so that the public's interests are involved.
Hey, that got revised.
All right, everyone else ready, y'all?
Megan, it's time to turn off the TV. It's dinner time.
It's Geithner.
Who?
You know, only the most important person in the United States. The Secretary of Treasury. He regulates the currency. The money.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say he's the most important.
How do you figure?
The Secretary of State keeps foreign relations stable so that the foreign market is stable, aka good economy.
And think about the Department of Defense. It's pretty important because a lot of the non-discretionary funding goes to the military defense. And that's a substantial part of the budget. And so that impacts a lot of people, like those who depend on welfare and healthcare and stuff like that.
Like the Health and Human Services, they're in charge of entitlements.
Hey! What?
Oh yeah, entitlements provide money for people who wouldn't have it, allowing them to invest it into the economy.
Well, don't forget about the Department of Commerce. It's concerned with business and industry. I mean, its mission is to foster, promote, and develop the foreign and domestic commerce.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Let's all just enjoy our dinner.
Yeah.
OMG, it's the OMB.
What are you talking about?
Seriously, it prepares the federal budget and oversees appropriations.
Guys, the SEC is way more important. It polices the stock market and secures investments. Yeah, it makes sure businesses are real, giving trust with the public, allowing them to invest in their businesses.
Yeah, and the Fed, it regulates the money supply, buy and sell bonds, and directly controls the money available to sustain an economy without inflation.
And the National Credit Union acts like a bank and gives out loans to people without interest so that they can put money back in the economy.
Seriously, guys, when we're talking about non-cabinet positions, it has to be the Small Business Administration. You have to protect the small businesses.
Bye, guys.